Before opening the floor to the question, we ask you to make a statement of your competition, please.
Allora ti do una battuta di me e poi vado di
I feel really lucky and happy about today. Obviously, I didn't ski a clean run the way that I'd hoped I was going to, but under the circumstances, I knew that it was going to be a challenge for me to do that, so I was really happy to make it down without any catastrophic mistakes and to be on the right side of the hundreds today. I mean, it definitely took some luck for me to stay on the podium today, and I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I came into today and I was a little bit concerned with my start number. I really didn't think that I had much of a chance, to be honest, from the late start numbers, just looking at all the races that have happened so far this week. But yeah, I kind of made a promise to myself to stick to the plan and just really focus on my skiing. And I went out of the start and felt good. I was a little bit on the edge and just sort of maintained that the whole way and continued charging from top to bottom and actually put my first relatively clean run together in quite some time. So and I came through the finish and I knew that it was a good run with good skiing. I didn't know what my time was or anything, but I was first of all really happy with my skiing, and then secondly, obviously thrilled with the result.
Christian Anja from Tagesanzeiger Zürich. Bodie, if we hear that comparison with Armand and Blair and so on, what does that mean for you with the number of medals?
It means I'm old. I mean, I grew up watching Amat and Lasse and Herman and a lot of the sort of broad 3-4 event skiers compete in the Olympics, and to be in the group with those guys is obviously it's not something I think about on a regular basis, but the times where I do think about it, it's pretty overwhelming sometimes. I got a bunch of my trophies, like I said, this last summer, and that was one of the times where it kind of sunk in that when you look at your body of work of basically my whole life or my adult life, kind of in a phrase or in one sort of visual context, the way it was with my trophies, it sort of makes it a little bit more raw for you emotionally. And I think Amat is in a league of his own, and Lasse, in terms of their ability to perform in big days. But then you see guys like Jansu today and this Olympics.
Bodie, at the end there, you clearly got pretty emotional. Can you tell us just sort of in that moment what it was that prompted that emotion, what sort of your thoughts were?
Yeah, it was just some questions and comments about my brother. Losing my brother this last year was really hard for myself, my family, our sort of whole community, and I think I've been a focal point for them over the years, my racing, and it was just, a lot of emotion, and to have things go well today, as well as they did. Like I said, I felt very fortunate to come out with a medal. It was just, everything felt pretty raw and pretty connected. So.
Capo with ESPN.com for Andrew. A reporter in the mix zone asked you whether you'd ever consider giving up, and you joked as recently as yesterday. What was it that prompted that yesterday thought?
I just haven't been sleeping that well, so I've been a little cranky. Yeah, I mean, the whole week I've kind of been in a sour mood, but I got a good night's sleep last night, so that kind of changed my perspective a little bit, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of a tough 4 years since Vancouver. I started basically getting surgeries a month after that. I won my medal, and yeah, I mean, kind of from then it's just been a snowball of stuff that's happened to me physically, which affects me mentally, and mean, it's definitely knew that I've done a lot of really good skiing and I've been fast, but I haven't been able to do it in races for whatever reason. And you know, without that belief, or you know, the actually doing it one time, you know, it's sometimes hard to believe that you can't do it.
You know, both Andrew and Jan are skiers that you know are capable of winning at any time. They've shown they have speed, you know, for years and years, and both have very special skill sets. And when I first came here to this hill, I said, you know, this hill, it separates guys, but it does it in a really strange way, because some guys can make up time in one area and then they'll lose time in another area, and it just, there's only a few guys that don't really have any big weaknesses, and they tend to be the guys who aren't going to win any splits, but they'll be second, third, fourth in a bunch of splits. And you know, this hill is particular that way. And had I ended up 5th or 6th today, it would have been pretty painful also for me, because the mistake I made after lake jump, where I lost 6 tenths, probably 7 tenths, there's nothing there. You land off lake jump and you basically get in your tuck and tuck to the finish. And for me, I hold myself to a pretty high standard. For me to give away 8 tenths of a second, or you know, in that area of the course, is just that's the kind of mistakes that are hard to take. But like I said, some days medals don't really matter if you ski the way you want to ski. And today, unfortunately for me, today was one of the days where the medal really did make the difference for me.
Tried risking it and attacking all the way, and I feel like the last half of the course went my way. The first half I felt like I struggled a little bit, but looking back, I just think I hit the line over the last jump perfectly. I carried the speed, didn't really make an adjustment on the line, just landed perfectly so I can just attack the 2 next skates. I think, yeah, I think it was the direction over the last jump, but I'm as surprised as you guys are.
When I was standing at the start, I honestly had the confidence to go down, and I was going for the gold medal, and I'm obviously pleased with the bronze. And I mean, it was just kind of nothing short of a miracle that I was here able to compete at this high level, and I'm thankful that I could be on the podium with these guys that were here who skied incredible races today.